Hey, what's going on, traders? It's Mike here with a watch list for, let me get the date right, Wednesday, May 17th. We are still in that sideways, choppy range. Somebody in chat suggested maybe the market's on hold, waiting for the debt limit ceiling, whatever talks. It's all over my head, but that could be. But we're definitely in a sideways chop. I think it was Matt D that did give an idea today that I thought was pretty cool on AI. It was already on watch because it had the big pop yesterday. And Matt's idea was that it started to curl up, back through 24. And he said with catalysts above, meaning the earlier high of day 24.19 and then yesterday's high 24.31. So you've got an in-play stock, whole number inflection point with two potential catalysts above, and it goes up to 24.80 something before coming back down. Pretty nice post there. Overall, uneventful day. So I'm going to go right into what we're watching for tomorrow. APLD, big rip today. Let me pan out a little bit there. You can see the big breakout and a pretty strong close. We're going to watch that one. UPST, let me zoom in a little bit here. Had the big pop yesterday. Quiet inside day today, just looking for a third day play. ELOX. Had the big pop yesterday. Gap down today, closed at 8:32. Where are we in after hours? It's not doing anything. But did top out at 9. So this is actually pretty interesting because this thing can really move. Maybe over 9 tomorrow, which would be a break of today's high. Certainly deserves a spot on a chart. CVNA is just a recent high flyer that did today the Dow was down like 330 points. And it was just an inside day. It was a red day, but I am going to keep this one on watch. Topped out today right around 1150. But closing well off its highs. Anyway, that one goes on watch. VYGR was already on the watch list for today. I'd love to tell you I nailed this thing, but I didn't. I never traded it, but it's still really, really strong. You look at this and say, hey, yesterday's high was 1045. Wonder how a break of that looked. And then you go to 5-minute candles, the red to green, then you had 1045 above. I don't know. May have, if it was the only thing I was watching this morning, I may have nailed that, but it wasn't. I start the morning watching the gappers. Anyway, certainly interesting. Great relative strength. XELA, look at that volume today. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It looks like it was at all-time lows yesterday, but then if you go to 60s, it looks like it gapped up yesterday. And that's generally how my charts react to a reverse split, which I guess was yesterday. Anyway, the thing caught fire today. I'd love to give you the reason, but nobody knows other than, hey, reverse split, maybe it'll run, and it did, right? So we'll keep it on watch for tomorrow. Not in love with stuff like that, but we'll see. VTSI, breakout today, was on the morning gap playlist. I did not catch a trade in it, but topped out right around 7, so that might come into play tomorrow. SPRY had a big rip on Friday. Quiet inside day on Monday and showed a little strength today. So it's holding up pretty well. And it actually had a nice headline on Friday. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. ORMP, certainly interesting over 4, right? JYD, kind of my sleeper pick. It had this big pop back here. And it's really been kind of trodden sideways ever since. But I'm a little leery of these Chinese ones. Did you see OMH today? Yesterday, I'm not making this up. Yesterday it went from 1332 to 57. And then today closes at 635. Somebody mentioned a possible bounce on an intraday basis, and my answer was I'm not touching it. Wayne said he's not touching it. Reminds me very much of Top, right? Which did that crazy thing and then went into it. They just killed it, right? It feels very much manipulated like that. And by the way, Top is like in the middle of whatever they pre-announced a 2-week halt or something, which is why I wouldn't touch OMH today. I'm scared you might fall into the same thing. Anyway, that's not on watch. I was just mentioning it, and because JYD. Might be in that space. I don't know if China, Singapore, I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. I don't care that much. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. PayPal, PYPL, goes right back on bounce watch. No trades in it today. LMND, another red day. I didn't get a great setup in it. I actually took it here as it broke its early high. And I think I made $150 on it, right? I thought at one point, hey, I've got one, right? When it looked like this. I had taken some off the table. I just had a break-even stop, and I was going to let it. I was going to sell it at the close or sell it flat, and right there I sold it flat. But anyway, it goes back on bounce watch for tomorrow. XMTR. After the big pop, you got like 4 days in a row down now, right into the 8-day. This is a thin stock, traded a little under $500,000 today, but I'm going to keep it on bounce watch. And then NNOX, I would like to see another red day get down into the buy zone that we look for, right? But it was crazy strong. I mean, it went from, well, you could argue before the gap up, it went from 6 to almost over 21 actually. Now you got 3 red days in a row. Again, I'd like to see another red day, but certainly lower volume on the pullback. So I am going to start watching it for a potential A+ intraday bounce play setup tomorrow. That's it for me. We'll add gappers as we always do together in the pre-market. Let's hope for some better action tomorrow. All right, I'm done babbling. We'll see you in chat.